Welcome to the third part of our fiction saga, Alien Under Shadows. In this chapter, we will follow General Maddox, which once led armies and defended nations, and his plan to win the deadly games in New York. Hope you enjoy.
If you have not seen the previous 2 episodes, please visit our channel to view this fictional saga from the beginning. Chapter 7, General Maddox. Part 1, The Plan of General Maddox. In the year following the alien invasion, humanity's resilience was put to the ultimate test. Out of the chaos emerged another beacon of hope for mankind, General Maddox. The grim metropolis that New York City had become was his new battleground. Once a sprawling haven of life and commerce, now it was a desolate arena where humans fought for their survival. Maddox had once led armies and defended nations, but the rules of war had changed, and so had he. 2 months prior, he had faced the alien invaders in the deadly games. Against the backdrop of 1,000 terrified faces and 20 alien hunters, Maddox had fought with the fury of a man who had everything to lose. He had not only survived but also managed to kill 3 of the aliens using only his own hands. His military training and years on the field had honed his instincts, making him a formidable adversary, even for the aliens. The alien weaponry was a marvel of technology. Firing deadly lasers, they had the power to decimate their targets in an instant. Maddox managed to seize these weapons from the fallen aliens, and with a quick assessment of the situation, he concealed them under the soil of the arena. He marked these makeshift caches with crucifixes, an emblem of hope in the face of despair. Once free from the clutches of the deadly game, Maddox set his sights on the greater task at hand, to take over the deadly games in New York. He hatched a plan, daring and dangerous, but it was a chance they had to take. He sought out those willing to partake in the deadly games and find men and women with courage in their hearts and fire in their souls, ready to stake everything for a chance at freedom. His plan was simple but lethal. The volunteers would enter the deadly games and unearth the hidden alien weapons during the combat. Armed with the advanced technology, they would turn the tables on the alien hunters. The fallen aliens would yield more weaponry, which could be passed on to the other human participants, gradually tipping the scales of power. His audacious move of hiding the weapons in the soil of the vast alien arena had now set the stage for a daring gambit. A plan so dangerous that if discovered, it could spell the end for any hope of human resistance. But it was a risk Maddox was willing to take, a chance at an impossible victory. Part 2, The Recruitment. Using his military networks and intelligence, Maddox set about recruiting the best warriors the city had left to offer. He handpicked 30 of New York City's finest, all military veterans, hardened by the struggle for survival, and steeled by the sheer will to resist. Among them were those who had previously been participants in the deadly games. These brave few had tasted victory, standing as the last survivors, their experiences invaluable to the plan. Time was of the essence. Under the cover of night, Maddox and his chosen few gathered in a clandestine meeting within the skeletal remnants of a once thriving city. Using his keen memory of the arena, Maddox began to etch out the exact locations of the hidden alien weaponry onto 3 separate pieces of paper. He kept one for himself, and gave the remaining 2 to the most capable veterans, those who had previously faced the horrors of the arena and emerged victorious. As night approached, an ominous silence hung over the city, broken only by the whirring of the alien patrols. The tension among Maddox's recruits was palpable. They had a few hours left until the dreaded sirens would sound, marking the beginning of the next deadly games. With each passing moment, the plan became more real, the stakes more tangible. The hours ticked by intense anticipation. Maddox, battle-hardened and resolute, used this time to bolster the morale of his team. His words were a rallying call, a reminder of their purpose, their shared goal of liberation. It was a poignant scene of unity and resolve, their hushed whispers a stark contrast against the looming threat. Finally, the dreaded sirens began to wail, their haunting notes echoing through the desolate city. It was time. The deadly games awaited them, but this time, humanity was not just a pawn in the aliens' game. This time, they were the rebels in the arena, ready to seize control of their own fate. The stage was set, the players ready. It was time for the gamble to play out. Part 3, A Deadly Game in New York. The towering edifice that served as the arena stood ominously against the night sky, lit with an eerie glow from the alien lights. As the shrill sirens filled the air, a grim sense of foreboding fell over the battered cityscape of New York. This was the signal for the impending deadly games, and in response, General Maddox and his chosen 30 warriors approached the arena's door. Each one of them was a living testament to humanity's resilience, a symbol of defiance against the alien invaders. As they crossed the threshold into the gigantic alien-lit arena, their determination was as palpable as the tension in the air. On one side, 20 aliens, their advanced weaponry gleaming under the artificial lights. On the other side, the human resistance led by Maddox and 969 terrified souls forced to participate in this game. The metallic door to the arena shut with a resonating thud, followed by a second siren that signaled the beginning of the deadly games. This was the signal, the green light for chaos, for the merciless slaughter. And with the speed and precision that only came with advanced technology, the aliens embarked on their deadly hunt. The next few minutes were a whirlwind of death and destruction. The aliens, with their lasers, cut through the helpless humans like a hot knife through butter. The air was filled with screams of pain and fear, a cacophony of human despair that was quickly silenced as life after life was extinguished. 10 of Maddox's team fell during this initial onslaught, their brave lives snuffed out too soon. In the face of the onslaught, Maddox and the 2 other warriors with the locations of the hidden weapons quickly moved towards their goal. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they navigated the chaos, their minds focused on the task at hand. Finally, they located the marked spots and began to dig, their hands scraping against the cold soil of the alien arena. Their efforts were rewarded as they unearthed the concealed alien weaponry. The strange, cold metal in their hands, pulsating with alien technology, ignited a newfound hope. Without wasting a moment, they aimed and fired at the alien hunters, taking down 3 in quick succession. The alien bodies fell, and their lasers were swiftly collected, passed on to other members of Maddox's team. The spectacle of humans fighting back seemed to stun both aliens and humans alike. The tide of the game had taken an unprecedented turn. Yet, despite their small victory, the odds remained staggeringly against them. The humans without weapons were no match for the aliens. And as the hours wore on, the body count rose. Eventually, after 3 hours of relentless battle, the once bustling arena was down to a deadly standoff. 14 aliens against the 5 human warriors with alien weapons, including Maddox. The blood-soaked soil of the arena bore witness to the terrifying massacre, and yet, the human resistance endured, refusing to surrender. The determination etched on Maddox's face was a mirror to his warriors. They held the alien weaponry, their hands steady despite the exhaustion and fear. They were the last standing beacon of humanity in this deadly game, the final resistance against the alien invasion. The air was thick with tension as the deadly game reached its climax. Against the backdrop of a brightly lit alien arena, a small band of human warriors stood their ground, resolute and unyielding. Their lives were hanging by a thread, but their spirits, their resolve, and their courage were stronger than ever. The final showdown had begun. Chapter 8, to be continued. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.